Today, I'm teaching you how to make this stunning Celtic Knot wire suncatcher. This is a perfect, beginner-friendly, do-it-yourself wire wrapping project that uses my signature 4-year tested technique. Stick around and let's make some rainbows together. I'm Marjorie with Shimmerly, and if you want to master my successful wire art designs, make sure you subscribe right now and turn on the notifications. Every time I help someone create one of these, I get to expand on my mission to uplift with rainbows. Now, before we get started, if you love this design and want all the materials and instructions in one spot, check out my complete DIY toolkits on Etsy, where you can select your favorite color of wire. You can even choose if you want the tools included or not. The link is in the description box below. Grab your pliers and your 12-gauge aluminum jewelry wire. Let's jump into the materials list. To get started, we will need a pair of round nose pliers, a pair of chain nose pliers, a pair of flush cutters, and a 20mm crystal prism. We also have here a pre-cut 21-inch piece of aluminum jewelry wire. For this first step, we won't need any of our tools, just our hands, and we will locate what looks to be the middle of the wire and then bend it into a nice loose U. Okay? Now that we have our U shape, we're going to take each end and we're just going to pull them together just like this to create a small loop. And we're gonna shape it to about the size that we would like. So I think that's about right. Okay. Now that we have our loop about the size we'd like it, we're gonna take this second piece and we're gonna loop it around just like that. And using the weight of the wire to guide it into shape. Just so simple, just like that. Now for the third loop, we're going to take this and wrap it around again, but we want to make sure that we're wrapping it on the same side as this wire. We want the loop to end up on the same side. So we're just going to pull that one around just like so. So you get it to your desired size. Once we have the shape looking like this, we're going to line these up nice and neat so that they're both straight and everything looks symmetrical. And then you're gonna kind of just overlap one of these wires on top of the other, whichever side feels comfortable for you. Okay, and then you're gonna just wrap this right around. To wrap it, you want to make sure that you're not pulling any of this piece into the wrap. So you want to grab it really tight, right there. So you've got a nice tight grip on it and it's not going to move as you're wrapping. Just like so. So once we have that all wrapped around nice and neat, I've got this wrapped about 9 times. We're gonna go ahead and take our flush cutters and we're gonna cut off this additional end here from where we just wrapped. And I'm gonna use the flush side to cut this, just like so. And then we're left with a piece like this, and this is a bit jagged. So we're gonna take our chain nose pliers and fix that. As you can see, it's a little jagged there, so we're just gonna take the chain nose pliers towards the back of the inside of the jaws there to get a nice tight grip on it. And then we're just gonna bend that down a little to tighten it. And what that does is it creates a nice smooth finish. Not only a finished look, but it's smooth to the touch. It does not sharp Now we're left with this extra long piece here, and I don't want a really long spiral, so I'm gonna just cut off a little bit of this excess. I don't know, about an inch and a half or so. And I'm left with this piece, this is probably about 6 inches there. Maybe not even 6 inches, maybe 5. Now that I've gotten that cut off, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my round nose pliers, and I'm gonna grab the tip of the wire right at the tip of my pliers, and I'm just gonna take it and grip it tight and use my other hand to spiral it around into a nice loop, just like so. And we're gonna just keep bending that around and looping it around until it's big enough for me to grab it with my fingers and kind of flatten it out, make sure there's nothing sticking up, there's nothing sharp, and then just keep bending it around and making your spiral. Just keep bending it. This is the easy part. Then you're gonna be left with something that looks a little bit like that. Now that we have it about right here, we're gonna take the chain nose pliers and we're gonna grip that, and tight enough to grab it, but not too tight to damage the wire. And then we're just gonna take this spiral and bend it back, just like so. So it's giving a nice, neat, straight look. This part is going to be optional, but if you would like to finish it off with this handmade hook that I have shown here, I'm gonna show you how to make that. So what we'll need is a 6-inch piece of jewelry wire pre-cut, and we're gonna grab our round nose pliers to start, and we're gonna make a real tight loop at the top. So in order to get that tight loop, you're gonna grab the wire right at the tip of the wire, as close to the end as you can, and right at the tip of the pliers, and grab it and just kind of tighten it down just like that, using your other hand to guide it. Now that I have this little loop, I'm going to tighten it with my chain nose pliers so that it's nice and tight. And then I'm gonna grab it kind of at the bottom of the jaws so I get a really nice grip, and bend it around and make another nice big circle around the loop. And this is gonna be the top of our hook, just like so. Again, you can take the chain nose pliers and flatten that out, make sure it's nice and smooth, and you'll have something that looks like that. Now that we have this ready, we're gonna grab it right in the middle of the circle there, and we're gonna bend that back with our chain nose pliers. That's gonna give us a nice grip. And take a look at it and see, does that look straight? I'm gonna grab it here at the bottom and maybe bend it back a little bit that way to straighten it out. So this is what you should have now. This looks a little long for me, so I'm gonna just cut a little bit off of there. And then I'm gonna use my round nose pliers and just kind of make another little loop, but not with the tiny loop inside. This is gonna be the bottom part. That doesn't need to be as finished and fancy as the top of the hook. So see, they're going the different directions there, so you can get it to hang nice and straight once you have it on there. And then just take it just like you did the first time, bend that back, and now you did it. You made yourself a nice little hook. Now to finish it off, we're just gonna go ahead and put the piece right on the hook, just like so. And we're gonna grab our 20mm crystal prism and wrap it right on the spiral, just like so. And you're gonna tighten that down so that it's connected there, and that's not gonna fall off. Make sure that this is tight so that won't fall off, and you're all set. Look how beautiful that is. And there you have it. Your beautiful Celtic Knot Suncatcher is complete. I truly hope that you have loved learning my shimmerly technique for this design. If you make it, please tag me on Instagram or Facebook. I'd absolutely love to see your work. Before you go, here are your next steps to mastering wire art. For a printable step-by-step PDF guide for this project, the link to my Etsy shop is waiting for you in the description box below. While you're there, be sure to check out the complete do-it-yourself tutorial toolkits to get all the supplies and instructions sent straight to your door. Thank you so much again for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time.